and welcome to Red Lipstick. So today I'm going to be doing this look for you today. It's kind of my interpretation of kind of a pinup, vintagey kind of look. I really wanted to do something with the bright red lips that I generally wear, but do something a little bit more sparkly and shiny, particularly for people with hooded eyes, because I do have hooded eyes. So I really wanted to create a kind of vintagey kind of look for you guys. Kind of set around that vintage pinup style. So I apologize in the video, I am a little bit sick, so the video might be a little bit choppy because my nose did run on occasion during the video, so I'll cut that out. But if you would like to see how I created this look, just keep on watching.
Alright guys, so the very first step is to go in with primer, and today I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and I love this stuff because it actually really restores moisture to my face and it really evens out the redness on my skin. Obviously you can see I'm putting it on here and I'm completely red, but as soon as that goes down my face looks very rejuvenated. Now I'm going in with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid and the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and I'm actually going to mix these two together. If you've not heard of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector that looks like this, that's not the highlighter, it's actually kind of a glowy looking almost lotion that you mix with the foundation and it creates a kind of luminous, very glowy look on your face. You actually don't have to use it mixed with your foundation. You can use it just like a normal highlighter, or you can put it on as your primer. It doesn't matter. What it really does is just creates that gorgeous look, that glowy look underneath your foundation, with your foundation, over your foundation, whatever you choose to do. So I'm just going in with a damp Real Technique sponge. You guys know if you've watched my channel that I like this so much more than the Beauty Blender. I just find this shape better and it's a little bit more bouncy. So now I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm going to spot conceal with this today. I'm going to put that on those areas of redness that I have, those awful pimples that I get between my eyebrows, and on the redness around my mouth and under my nose. I'm not going to be doing the eyes with this. I'm actually going to be using a different concealer for that. So then I'm going to go back in with my Real Technique sponge and just kind of blend that in. So now I'm going to go in, if you saw that tiny little clip there, that's the NYX HD Blue, I almost said blush there, the NYX HD Concealer. And I'm going to be using this as my under eye concealer because it's very brightening, and it actually looks really great in photos. Not that I'm going to be taking photos, but I just really like it because it's very brightening. It also actually doesn't crease when I put it in my under eye area. I know that the MAC Pro Longwear is not supposed to crease, but it does for me, and this doesn't. So I'm going to be putting that in that triangle shape underneath my eyes, bring it up a little bit on the cheekbones and on the eyelids. The reason I bring it in the triangle shape is because it creates a highlighted area on my face, makes your face look a little bit more luminous, and makes your eyes look more awake and open. So then I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light, and I'm going to be putting this on with a flat top brush from e.l.f. And the reason that I'm doing this mainly is to kind of get rid of any shininess. The MAC Studio Fix Fluid, I really love it, but it does look kind of shiny on my face, so I always set it down with a powder. I pretty much use a powder regardless, but what I'm trying to do is try to take away some of that shine, some of that oily lookingness, while still maintaining the brightness and the kind of illuminated look from the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. That doesn't actually really go away when you put the powder down. Now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to be mixing that banana powder shade and the pink one that I don't know the name of. Mixing those two and concealing my under eyes with that, or powdering my under eyes, so that my my concealer down there won't crease. And the reason that I mix the two colors is because I do have a pink undertone and the yellow is just too brightening. Now I'm going in with a Real Techniques brush and the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit again into that contour shade in the middle there, and I'm going to be carving out my cheekbones. And guys, I've said this, I don't even know, 5 times or so, that I'm going to have a contour routine up, contour and highlighting. and I will get it up. I'm just trying to get it so it appears better on camera. So now I'm actually just going in with my sponge, didn't put anything new on it, and I'm just sharpening up the lines on my cheekbones. So here I'm actually going in and kind of carving up my nose. I like to do this on days that I feel like my nose looks too big or I want just a certain shape for my nose. Today I really wanted my nose to look a little bit more button nose, kind of cuter for this kind of pinup style. So you guys can kind of just watch what I'm doing here. I'm creating a thinner top part and kind of a rounder button nose on the bottom. It just kind of gives the illusion that my nose is a little bit thinner than it is. Because I really want the focus to be mainly on my eyes and my lips. So by kind of reducing the size of my nose, it's really going to make everything else look bigger. And it actually looks kind of red right now, but I think that's my camera. I don't know. I don't have a red nose. I am a little bit sick though, so who knows. So now this is the NARS powder. This is kind of like the powder that goes with the Luminous foundation that they came out with recently, but it's a really kind of pretty glowy face powder. It has these little bit of specks of shimmer in it. It's a white translucent powder, but it's got these beautiful shimmery things in it that when you put it on your face, like I said before, the Becca does this too, gives you this beautiful kind of glowy look, and that's really what we're going for today with kind of the pinup style. And then I'm just going to go in with a spoolie here, kind of brush my brow hairs upward, because I'm going to be filling in my brows like I always do. And I just really like to brush the brow hairs up because my left eyebrow in particular, the hair tends to go downward, and I hate that. So now I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I have the color Chocolate, which is actually a little bit too dark for me. I kind of wish I would have gone a little bit lighter. But the reason that I did brush up those brow hairs is so that I could see any sparse parts in my eyebrows. If I have any blank spots, I just go in and fill those in with this Dip Brow Pomade. And this actually can really either give you a really strong brow or a really subtle brow depending upon how much product you apply and how light or heavy of a hand you have. Obviously, I really like kind of prominent brows. I like that dark kind of look. That's not for everybody, and I get that because I already naturally have kind of dark brows. But I like to kind of even out the color with the dip brow. Also, my shape isn't for everyone either, and not everyone likes the pointy tip, but whatever. I like it. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX brow pencil, or I'm sorry, NYX Wonder Pencil. This is actually kind of like essentially a concealer in pencil form. I'm just cleaning up my brow shape with it. Then I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Color Tattoo. It's a 24-hour kind of eyeshadow. It's a cream eyeshadow, but I'm actually just going to be using it as my primer and base today for the other eyeshadows that I'm going to be putting on. I'm using actually all powder eyeshadows. This is kind of my base for that. It's going to make anything I put on top of it kind of pop and be a little bit more shimmery. I love this stuff because it makes your makeup not crease throughout the day. It makes your eyeshadow not crease. And then I'm going to go in with this densely packed eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to go into this Smashbox Trio here. This is actually a sample size, but you can buy these eyeshadows individually. I'm going to go into this lighter brown color. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't have the kit in front of me. I'm really sorry. But I'm going to dip that brush in there. And I'm starting out with my face completely relaxed and drawing where I want my crease to be. I've said this a million times, I have hooded eyes, so I really like to create a crease. So what I do is I start out face completely relaxed, and then I raise my eyebrows to fill in the areas that I can't quite get to if my eyes are relaxed. So right there you saw that my face was completely relaxed when I first put down the initial kind of swipes of it. Then I started to raise my eyebrows to fill in that space that I can't get to unless my eyebrows are way up there. So I'm kind of creating an artificial crease, and you'll see in a little bit how that kind of, when I build it up, how it starts to look. You can already kind of see it on that eye there on the left, that I've kind of created the illusion that you can see my crease. So now I'm going into this NYX Illuminator. This is actually like a highlighter, and I'm going to be using it as my main eyeshadow shade because it's really, really gorgeous. It's got flecks of gold in it. Absolutely love this. When you really pack it on there, it really looks kind of golden shimmery. It's beautiful. It's a very awesome multi-purpose kind of product, and it's super cheap. This NYX is drugstore. You can get it at Target or you can buy it online. I think this highlighter is around maybe $7. It's pretty big, and you can use it for highlight and eyeshadow. It's a great, great product. It's beautiful. Using these light kind of shimmery colors like this actually makes your eyes look wider than they are. Now I'm going in with another kind of densely packed shadow brush, and I'm going into the darker shade in that Smashbox little trio, and I'm going to be focusing this dark color here on the outer V of my eye. I'm just doing it in swirling motions, and if you're not familiar with the outer V, you can actually naturally feel it. So if you take a brush and you kind of put it into the area of the outside of your eye, you can actually feel where your natural kind of orbital bone is on the outside there. Just kind of trace that shape upwards like that, and then go into the crease a little bit. It creates a V shape. That's why they call it the outer V. So I'm just going in swirling motions like that and intensifying the darker color until I feel like it's dark enough. And what this does, by doing this, you're actually creating depth. It's making the outside of your eye actually look like it's kind of sunken in, creating the illusion that you don't have hoods. Because I sure as heck do have some hoods. And I love this look because it makes me look like I don't. Oh, the power of makeup and your illusions. So now I'm actually going in with that lighter brown shade again. I'm going to darken up the crease a little bit. The crease gets a little bit lost when you're putting the highlighter shade on there and you're putting the dark shade on the outside. The crease kind of, I don't know, it fades away a little bit, gets mixed with other products, so I just like to go in and re-darken it up. Now I'm actually going in with some makeup wipes, or a makeup wipe, and I'm going to clean up the edges of my eye. The reason that I'm doing this is I'm kind of sharpening up the shape of my eyes and cleaning up any fallout. Actually, I really should have done the eyes before I did my foundation because this did have a bit of a fallout, but I didn't do that. I forgot. Whatever. Work with what I got. So I'm just going to go in with like concealer and fix it. So now I'm going into the Smashbox Double Exposure Palette using this shimmery silver color. Camera completely cut out. All I did was put that on my inner tear ducts. Now I'm going in with this Maybelline Eye Studio. It's the Blackest Black Gel Eyeliner. And I'm going to be taking an angled brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to be putting this on my upper lids as close to the lash line as possible. I start out first putting it on the lid, and I do a very, very thin line. The reason I go so thin is because you guys don't need to hear me say this again, but the hooded eyes that I have, when you go really thick with mascara or eyeliner, you're really just taking up your lid space. So you're covering up all that like gorgeous eyeshadow, and you won't be able to see it if you go too thick with your line. So I keep it really thin and as close to the lash line as possible. I did that on both eyes, and now I'm actually creating a winged eyeliner. Now, let me tell you, winged eyeliner is really hard to do on hooded eyes. I will be doing a video on that soon. Just bear with me. I got a lot of hooded eyes stuff coming out. But the trick is you don't want to do one eye and then try to recreate it on the other side. You want to try to do both at the same time. So make sure your lines are even. If they're not, fix one of them, whatever. It's so much easier this way. So now I did both lines on each side. Now I'm going back and creating the wing. So you're just bringing it back onto your eyelid. And then you're going to fill in the space in between. Like I said, I'll do a more detailed video on this soon. It's easy once you get the hang of it and when you figure out where your natural kind of eye crease lays and where to put the eyeliner. Yeah, I'm just confusing everybody. I'll do a video. So now I'm going in with this Rimmel Eye Kohl eyeliner pencil, and it's waterproof, and I'm just going in my tight line with it. And now I'm going in the waterline with that NYX Wonder pencil. What this does is it evens out any redness I have on my eyes, and also because it's flesh tone. What am I looking at? Also because it's flesh tone, it kind of it makes your eyes look wider. when you put black there in your tight line, in your waterline, it actually kind of closes off your eye. So now I'm going in with kind of a flat shader brush, I think, and I'm packing on some more of that NYX highlighter, and I'm actually just going to put it on the bottom 2/3 of my eye. I'm going to do it from inner tear duct to kind of meeting up with that black eyeliner. I did take some of the black eyeliner onto the bottom lash line down there, just very, 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 very tiny bit. So now I'm going in with the NYX again, and I'm actually packing that over the eyeliner, not the winged part, just the part on my lid. The reason I'm doing that is because it actually creates a really gorgeous kind of green looking eyeliner, and it makes my eyes look much more open. Like I said before, that black kind of closes off your eyes. I really wanted to make it more open. Now I'm curling my eyelashes, and I'm going to be applying this mascara. This is the Maybelline, I don't know what brand this is. It's the Great Lash Mascara. I think it's Maybelline. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm actually just using this kind of as a primer on my upper lashes. And it's the only coat that's going to go on the bottom ones. But I'm going to apply another mascara to the upper lashes in a bit. So now I'm finally going back with my concealer. This is MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And I'm going to be applying this to kind of a flat foundation brush. And I'm going to fix up that mess that I made of my eyes with the makeup wipe before. This is going to cover up any redness that came out when I kind of wiped it off with the makeup wipe. It's going to make my foundation look better now. And it's also going to sharpen up that eyeshadow line. So you're going to get a really crisp kind of wing there and really crisp eyeshadow shape. So I'm really blending that in and kind of dragging it right up against that wing there, so I create a crisp line. Do that on both sides there. And then I did go over with powder, but I don't think I filmed that. So now I'm going in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Love this stuff because I don't wear falsies. Probably never will, maybe for Halloween tutorials, but this stuff makes it look like I have falsies on. So now I'm going in with the Kat Von D Face Shaper Blush in Bellissima. This is a gorgeous peachy pink blush. Stays all day, true to the name. It's going to stay on your face all day and look absolutely beautiful. Now I would actually kind of rethink this if I ever did this again. I would kind of use more of a pink blush because this peachy blush didn't really go very well with my red lips. Now I'm going in with this cream highlighter. This is a Sonia Kajak highlighter. Got it from Target. And it's actually a pink highlighter, which actually looked beautiful with the red lipstick. And I'm just putting that on my upper cheekbones, on my brow bone, above the brow bone, down the nose, and Cupid's bow. Just creating that beautiful highlight on my face. Everyone likes highlighter. So now I'm going in with the Ruby Woo pencil from MAC. It's the lip liner pencil. And I'm just going to kind of outline my lips with that. I don't completely fill them in with the lip liner pencil. I've never really seen the point of that when you're going to be putting the same colored lipstick over it. I just fill them in a little bit so I don't make much of a mess. I'm just kind of creating that shape of my lips. I'm doing a really bad job here. This is probably the worst lipstick application I've ever done, and of course it's on camera. So now I'm going to go in with MAC's Ruby Woo. Going to apply that to my lips. Now this actually is a very, very dry kind of lipstick. It's a matte lipstick from MAC. So it goes on very dry. It's a little bit hard to tug on it tugs on your lips when you're kind of putting it on. So I definitely should have used a lip primer, but I could not find mine. So I made do with this. So now I'm going back in with the pencil, kind of cleaning up the edges. I also didn't film it, but I slipped a little bit with the pencil and made a mess on my face. So you can see here I'm going in with the concealer and a brush and fixing that so I don't have a pink face. But I always go in with this NYX Wonder Pencil again. Love this pencil. And I'm kind of outlining the shape of my lips again to give them even more definition and make sure that the shape is not a disaster. Because let me tell you, this lip took me forever to do, and it never takes me this long. But you really want to make sure you have a great shape when you're applying lipstick, especially this bright. So the last step here is to go in with the setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday. Thanks, have a great day.